Hey all, Hibber here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're exploring LEGO Horizon Adventures on the Nintendo Switch. It is a unique mix of LEGO's creativity with the iconic action and crazy adventures of the Horizon games. So of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and maybe share a comment if you have anything to say, right? So we're gonna go through, like I said, every aspect of the game in this video here, from story, gameplay, graphics, all the way to multiplayer. So hang on and keep watching, because I can already relate to you now that this is one of the best games you can possibly get if you have a Nintendo Switch. It is worth every dollar. Alright, so let's start out with the story. So if you're familiar with the Horizon series of games from PlayStation, you will be familiar with the story in the LEGO game as well, because it roughly follows the same line. But of course, following the LEGO tradition, the story and the characters have been dumbed down and made a lot more silly in the LEGO game here. And that's a bit of a shame actually, because the Horizon story is really good. But like I said, this game here kind of follows the story roughly, and at the same time edits out the most, distressing parts and stuff that isn't really, something that perhaps younger kids should see. Alright, on to gameplay, and this is an area where the LEGO games have always been winners, and this game is no exception. It is actually, in my opinion, the best LEGO game out there, and there's many reasons for that. So once you begin the game, you find yourself in quite a huge hub world where you have access to, changing costumes and talking to the random people in Horizon. But most importantly, the hub area is also where you level up your characters. And this is one of the reasons that this is the best LEGO game out there, because I don't remember this being a part of any other LEGO game, and I really like the way you can upgrade your characters. And of course, you can pick what you want, and as you collect studs, you'll be able to upgrade everything in stages. And I think this is a really good idea. It gives more longevity, and you can actually feel like you're playing a little bit of a role-play game here. It adds a lot of value to the game, in my opinion. And of course, since you can play more than one character, you can also level up your individual characters and make them stronger, which is again a great addition to the game. The hub world also contains silly stuff, like for example changing people's roofs, but luckily you never have to actually go into these things unless you actually really want to. There's also community jobs, which are basically side quests that you can take on to earn more golden bricks. This is again another excellent idea here that's been implemented in LEGO Horizon, pretty much based on the real Horizon games, I'm kind of guessing here. And of course, this being a LEGO game, there's ample opportunity to choose your outfit and your hair and your general look for all players. So both player 1 and player 2 can choose their look in the game. And if you buy some of the special editions of this game here, you'll get some very special skins with it. So as you progress through the story mode by, completing stages, you will slowly open up new areas in the hub world that will allow you to then access completely new areas. Each area presents you with new challenges, new enemies, and of course at the end of the journey there is a golden brick that you will need to collect if you want to finish the game. So besides Aloy, there are 3 playable characters in the game, and they all have different abilities, and they can pick up different weapons. Although this hasn't been fleshed out to the degree I would like it to be, because you can pretty much complete every level just using one of the characters. It would be better with a little bit of cooperation like in some of the earlier LEGO games, but this is pretty much the only downside to LEGO Horizon Adventures. Now what this means in real terms is that this game here is a little bit light on puzzles and platforming, something that we have been used to get in ample quantities in the earlier LEGO games. But Horizon here focuses more on combat. There is platforming sections, and there is areas where you're supposed to collaborate with your partner, but they're nowhere near as in-depth or as entertaining as they have been in earlier LEGO games, unfortunately. But on the other hand, the combat is much better. So having said that, let's take a look at the combat in LEGO Horizon Adventures, because it is excellent. And first of all, you're going to meet a lot of old friends, and of course also a lot of old enemies from the original Horizon games. Now, for example, the Corruptor, and of course you are also going to run into the big behemoth, the one we all want to meet, the Thunderjaw. So the combat itself is far more intricate and multi-layered than we're used to in LEGO games, and I'd say it's probably a little bit too difficult for most kids who used to playing the older LEGO games. The combat in Horizon can be pretty punishing, even if you play on the easiest difficulty. So you gotta have to make use of freezing and fire and electricity, just like in the Horizon games, but of course here it's been simplified a bit. Now each character that you can play uses different weapons, and some good old classics are coming through, including the Tripcaster. But of course, Val uses a spear, for example, and Aloy uses a bow, and that's pretty much the gist of it. You can set up traps just like you did in the original Horizon games, but like I said before, it is a little bit simplified here. Now the pickups you actually find while you are playing, so it's not like you can set up your character before you head out with the setup that you like, and that's actually a good thing, because as you play through the game you will find new things on the way, and your approach becomes more dynamic that way, and really that is a good thing. Alright, let's check out the graphics and the performance, because this is a modern game, right? And it's running on the Nintendo Switch, which by now is almost 7 years old. And if you look at what's on screen now, it runs beautifully. It runs better in handheld mode than it does in docked mode, which is a good thing, because this is a perfect game to play while you are, on the bus or whatever you're doing. Some sections in the game are actually jaw-droppingly beautiful, and I don't know how the Switch is able to pull off something like this. I don't even think Nintendo is able to do something like as beautiful as this, even in the new Zelda games. The game contains a lot of different biomes, so you never get tired of wandering through the same landscape over and over. I mean, that's something that they really nailed here, and as you can tell, it looks beautiful. The whole world is also made out of Lego, which is, if this is like a trend they're going to continue in the next Lego games, it's going to be awesome, because it looks so good. It's so much better than before. Of course, you're also going to find cauldrons, and obviously you're going to enter them. The frame rate is pretty stable in handheld mode. In docked mode I did notice a few slowdowns, but like I said, just play this game in handheld, that's what it's supposed to do, right? And as you can tell, it really is a pretty game, especially for something running on Switch hardware here in 2024. And lots of variety, there's nothing really that overstays its welcome. Alright, next up we're gonna have a quick look at the multiplayer, because obviously this is a Lego game, and on the Switch you are, outfitted with 2 controllers, unless you have a Switch Lite. And all you gotta do is just add another player to the game, and boom, that's it, you'll be playing multiplayer. Like I mentioned, you can play couch co-op if you just want to play with a friend in the house, but you can also play over the internet. And it works beautifully, and as you can see, the graphics are the same, nothing has really changed, except that you are going through the levels with a partner, which is of course a lot more fun. So, LEGO Horizon Adventures on Nintendo Switch. Would I recommend it? Yes, most definitely yes. This is the most entertaining game I've played in a long time, and it may not be long. You can, rush through the story in about 6 or 8 hours, depending on your difficulty level. But the experience is incredible. I think it is the best LEGO game out there, and I think it is a perfect match for the Nintendo Switch. The only downside is the lack of puzzles and, cooperative play where you have to solve those puzzles along with another player. But the rest of the game is just so strong that I can overlook those downsides. So I hope you enjoyed this video here. Let me know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you out there.